Ego is like the flame of a lamp that believes it alone is dispelling the darkness, but forgets that once the oil and wick are gone, it will itself be extinguished. Amidst the ancient forest, surrounded by dense banyan and peepal trees, stood Acharya Somdev's Gurukul, renowned far and wide. Day and night, the echoes of the Vedas, the fragrance of sacred fire, and the students' spirit of service made this place feel like a spiritual pilgrimage site. But with time, an unseen change began to grow in the hearts of three of his finest disciples. Virendra, with arms strong enough to bend iron. He often said, "If the Gurukul ever needs protection, I am enough. What use are the others?" Madhusudan, a walking treasury of scriptures. With a knowing smile, he would remark, "It is intellect, not strength, that wins. When will the rest of you understand?" Chandrika, whose art could put even the seasons to shame, she would often tell her friends, "It's my music and dance that truly give life to this place." The Acharya not only noticed this change, but felt it in the gait, speech and eyes. He thought to himself, strength, wisdom and art are beautiful, but when mixed with ego, they become poison. It is time to hold up a mirror to them. One morning, as the golden rays of the rising sun filled the sacrificial hall, the Acharya called an assembly. In a deep, serious voice, he said, "Beyond the forest lies a Himalayan cave where an ancient sage resides. He has sent a priceless gift for the Gurukul, but he will give it only to the disciple who is truly worthy." Virendra's lips curved into a proud smile. "Guruji, who could be more worthy than me?" Madhusudan turned a page in his scroll and said, "Worthiness is decided by wisdom, not strength." Chandrika gave a light laugh. "Worthiness comes from touching the heart, something I know better than anyone." The Acharya simply smiled and said, "Tomorrow morning, the three of you will go there. Whoever returns first with the gift will be the victor." That night, the Acharya quietly called for a humble, gentle and service-minded student named Gopesh. "Gopesh, you too shall go, but do not rush to get ahead of anyone. Simply help anyone in need along the way." Gopesh bowed. "As you command, Gurudev." With the first ray of dawn, Virendra strapped on his sword and declared, "Come, let's see who reaches before me." His steps were so heavy that even the earth seemed to tremble. A little later, Madhusudan set out, holding a map and a compass. "Traveling without planning and calculation is sheer folly," he scoffed. Finally, Chandrika adorned herself with a fragrant garland, singing and dancing as she went. "The sage will be enchanted by my melodies alone." Gopesh came last, wearing a simple robe, walking with calm steps. Along the way, Virendra came upon a massive fallen tree trunk. He proudly lifted it aside, but ignored the squeaking of a squirrel trapped underneath, and moved on. Madhusudan encountered an injured traveler, but said, "I have no time now. I will help when I return," and he went ahead. Chandrika met a crying child, but merely sang her a song and moved along. Gopesh stopped each time he freed the squirrel, gave water to the injured traveler, and reunited the child with her parents. He lost time, but there was a deep contentment in his eyes. By midday, Virendra was the first to reach the Himalayan cave. "O sage, I am Acharya Somdev's finest disciple. Give me the gift." The sage said calmly, "I will give it only to the one whose heart is worthy." Next came Madhusudan, chanting mantras and presenting arguments. The answer was the same. Then came Chandrika, dancing and singing. The answer was the same. As the last rays of the setting sun shimmered at the cave's mouth, Gopesh arrived. He bowed and said, "Forgive me, revered sage, I am late. I met many in need along the way, so I had to stop." The sage's face lit up with a divine glow. He placed a golden lamp in Gopesh's hands and said, "This lamp burns only in the hands of one who lives with service and humility. The flame of ego may seem bright, but it eventually dies out." The three finest disciples stood frozen, as though someone had shattered the pride within them. The sage's voice resounded, "Strength, wisdom, and art, these are gifts of the gods. But if they do not bow to service, they cease to be blessings and become causes of ruin." His words sank deep into their hearts. On the journey back to the Gurukul, their heads were bowed, but within, a new light had been lit. The light of service, humility, and true worthiness. Ego is the peak of a mountain where a man thinks he is the highest, but the truth is, from there, the only path left is the way down.